Stop. Hi.
Hi.
Can I get your license registration check?
Now, 3 new footages of Marques Brownlee has surfaced the internet. One being the tinting, one going 58 in a 25, the other one having expired plate numbers. Now, for sure, you came across a Marques Brownlee's video if you wanted to buy a product, let's say an iPhone or whatever. You come across, you saw his review, and you have an idea who he is, or even if you're a follower of his. Now, are these his past coming out and biting him in the ass and canceling him? No. These are just mistakes of every human being who does. Some people try to cancel this guy just because he has a bigger name, but end of the day, he is a human and he got fined for tinting. He got fined for expired plate numbers. I'm sure most of us went through that. Now, the only one he got a little bit of backlash for was in June 16th, 2024, but this is nothing compared to the November series. 58 and a 25 is rookie numbers for Brownlee right now. He looks back at it and he's like, good old days. I was pretty young. Look how noob I was. Because in the video that he posted on second week of November, he did exactly what we did when we first watched Need for Speed. We went, but for him, it was a little bit more advanced. He went with a Lamborghini and he went 91 miles an hour, which is 150 something kilometers an hour, in a 35 mile per hour zone. Now, you cannot find this video on his channel anymore. It's been since removed. Why? Because the place that we went, it was on a highway. It was not a lot of cars around, and we just wanted to feel like what's that guy, Vin? But the reason he almost got canceled once again this year is because he was going in a kids zone area.
So I think the main thing that I've taken away from all of the fun that I've had with these little cameras.
You can get canceled using these cameras and you can self-snitch on yourself and get arrested for it. But did he? No. This is what I call FU money. You speed up as much as you want, you get let off with a warning, or you get fined like what, $50 or something, which is still a lot to a lot of people. But when it comes to these multimillionaires, they don't really care much. You know what how it needs to be? It needs to sting you. It needs to feel like even when you're rich, it still hurts you. It needs to be like the place that I live in. A speed camera is minimum $180. You go more than 100 miles an hour, you go to court and you pay a hefty fine. You pass a red light over here in Dubai and you are going to get hit with $18,000 fine. You race in the street, you're getting hit with a $25,000 fine. But this is the reason why it's very safe and everyone's afraid, because if they pass a red light, they have to sell a kidney or something to get out of the situation. That's why no one rarely breaks any law. This is how it needs to be. Now, this was a test with his camera that he was doing a review on, and he just had a car with his friend for context. And it's not his car, he's just speeding with it to have an experience. He probably wasn't thinking that there's a kid sign over there. He just saw an empty two-way road and he was like, fuck it, let me just go. 100% his fault. He should have looked left and right. Even if he wants to speed up, he needs to do it in a highway, not in a two-way section. But anyways, he got a lot of shit for this, and he took it to Twitter obviously the next day. He didn't Mr. Beast ghost this shit. He didn't Cody Code this shit. He went straight to it. And this is what he said. Last video I did something pretty stupid. You might have already seen it, but maybe not. So I'll address it over here. There was a clip with the action cam of me test driving a car and going too fast. Absolutely inexcusable and dangerous. It's just a place that he did it. This is why a lot of people had a lot of issues with this. It was an empty road, 4 a.m. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people would have had an issue with that. But obviously he has to say this. I've since cut it out of the video with YouTube's editor tool. I also understand that it looks like it's like I'm covering it up, but I think it's the right thing to do. There's no reason to leave that clip in there. There was no reason to include it in the first place. I would never want to make it seem okay by leaving it in a video. I'm well aware of the sort of effect, and I know everything on the internet lives forever, but I think that's the best decision right now. All I can do is apologize and promise never to do anything close to this stupid again. That's a terrible example to set, and I'm sorry for it. I'm clapping with my hands just to be clear. But anyways, this is how apologies need to be. Straight to the point. End of the day, he didn't tickle any minors. He was just trying to unalive some minors. Obviously, this is sarcasm, but he probably just played too much GTA that week and he had a GTA car with him, so he got a little bit too excited in that situation. And it's very obvious he wasn't paying attention to the signs, which is 100% his fault, inexcusable. But it's a good thing that he came out and he addressed that instead of just ghosting the situation. And I came across this video when he posted it yesterday, titling "What the fuck happened in 2024?" And towards the end of the video, he addressed the situation once again.
The bigger issue from that whole experience, which was the driving clip, even though it's no longer in that video. So there was a clip in that video, since removed, of POV driving a Lamborghini and accelerating to over 90 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. It's just stupid and dangerous. Not just for the actual act, which was stupid and dangerous, but also for the potential precedent that it could set. Because like we've said, I know people watch these videos, and for someone to watch that and think that it's okay. So I apologized. I removed it. And there's a reason for speed limits, and I own that responsibility. I'm lucky that nothing went wrong during that test drive. I would have been my fault, and that would have been horrible. So I encourage you to not do what I did.
I hate to break it to you, if you're high on that need for speed energy, high on energy drinks, and you wanted to go 100 miles an hour in a kids area, zone, whatever, you can't. He doesn't encourage it. So it is not, it's just because he did it, I know you want to do it too, but it is not okay to do it. Now, when I say this, I'm speaking from experience. When it comes to riding demons, the way that came out, riding like fast things, that still came out. Like a Lamborghini, for example, or a sport motorcycle where the blood is flowing everywhere. You can't feel your balls, but your ass hair is fully spiked out. I've rode bikes for 6 years, and when you sit on something as fast, fuck bro, this is so sexual. When you're behind a car as fast as a Lambo, there's going to be a worm tickling your asshole to put your leg in the gas, start going fast. I was gonna start rapping right there. But you just want to go really fast. You need to have very strong self-control. You learn it along the way. But the first year of my motorcycle days, fucking hell, bro. All I gotta say is pew, pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. The speed limits are there for a reason, so you have self-control in case of anything, emergency brakes or whatsoever. There are worse things out there than speeding, is drunk drivers out there, but end of the day, people were just mad on where he was doing it, because end of the day, people still speed on their own times, but they just don't have a camera to self-snitch. It's just a time and place why a lot of people were mad, but it is all okay right now after he addressed it once again. I think it was a very good apology, straight point to it, never do anything like this again, and move on with your life. Now, the thing I was focused on is how good of a camera quality that I feel like I was watching a movie. Jesus Christ, bro. When I put myself in a TV and I watch myself, I want to turn the TV off. Even though my camera is pretty decent, but I think it's the lighting. I think he does something to it. As always, like it, subscription, and if you're new here, we cover the latest YouTubers / celebrities fuck-ups. Whoever does any donkey moves, we're here to talk about it. We also make fun of alpha males and other things on this channel. So yeah, make sure to like, subscription if you're new here. But anyways, take it easy. I'll see you at the next one.